Howdy, howdy, and welcome to Crafted Grinding. It's time for round 1 results and round 2 predictions for the Squirrel Girl and Miles Morales arenas in Marvel Contest of Champions. So let's get straight into the results. Squirrel Girl came in at a medium to low sided 46.4 million for the 5-star feature arena. I actually thought coming into this to be closer into the 50 million range, which in my kind of way I categorize 5-star feature arena champs, that would be on the higher end. She did not cut that. There was a lot of back and forth in the community exactly where she had landed, and since it had been 4 weeks or so, maybe 2 or 3 weeks since we've had really a new champ in the game, in the arenas especially, I thought this number might push a little bit higher, but nope, it doesn't look like it. It was in that 46 million range. Jump into the 4-star feature arena at 10.9 million. That's pretty much standard now, what we're seeing for new champs. And then for the for the Miles Morales 4-star basic arena, we saw that come in at 1.52, which that is pretty much standard for that type of champ in the 4-star basic arena. So kind of two expected results in one, kind of in the air, and it's kind of the community has spoken. So comparing these results to my predictions, as you can kind of guess the way that I kind of recapped or summarized the results, was off on this one a little bit. As you can see, I thought I'd be in that higher range, closer to 60 million, but not quite making it. Not so much, not within that 5 to 10% range I'd like to get. But when it comes to the 4-star feature and the 4-star basic, these were right on target, as these were kind of the expected trend results we had been seeing for a while for this type of for these types of champs within the arenas. So what can we expect in round 2? And to be clear, all of these results are for the veterans bracket, which if you're newer to the game, that means your account has been open for over 60 days. You're in the beginners bracket from day 1 to day 30, 31 to 60 you're in the intermediate, and then for the for anything post 61 days, you're in the veterans bracket. So when it comes to round 2, let's take a look at some round 2 results for similar type arenas, starting first with the 4-star basic arena. You can see some champs coming in here recently with Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and even Green Goblin. Well, I'd say focusing first on Doctor Strange and Iron Man Infinity War. Those results actually were a little bit lower in the second round. The cutoffs were compared to the first. Whereas for Medusa, it was slightly higher, but not tremendously higher. It was at 1.6 million. And then with Green Goblin, most recently, had a very similar second round compared to his first round. So this is kind of like the number. But no matter what, if you look at the last 3 between Doctor Strange, Medusa, and Green Goblin, they're all in that 1.5 to 1.6 neighborhood. That's pretty much the standard. Guess what? Miles will likely be there. Coming over to the 4-star feature, you're seeing a lot of standard numbers here as well, right around 10 million, anywhere from 10 to 11 million, with Doctor Doom and Mr. Fantastic on the higher end there, with around more 10.5-ish range, mid 10 millions, but then Silver Surfer and Guillotine 2099 closer to 10 million. So this is again a range. There's not a lot of variance here. It's all kind of within 500,000-ish kind of things, within a million, not even within a million, within like 500,000 is really where we're seeing that second round number. From a trend purpose, all of those numbers except Mr. Fantastic were lower in the second round, but again, these numbers for the most part all kind of ended up between 10 to 10.5 million. So guess what? That's what we could probably expect here again. And then coming over to the 5-star feature, what you see in most cases, there's not a lot of synergy here, where you have some tremendous drop-offs for Guillotine 2099 and Silver Surfer in the second round. They were all closer to 70 million, 80 million numbers. They dropped to 44 and 34 respectively. Dr. Doom hung around at 82 million, where Mr. Fantastic had an increase in the second round. And I think that increase in the second round with Mr. Fantastic, since he had such a lower first round compared to these other champs, that's probably what we could expect here. That's what I'm thinking anyway, what we're going to see. But anyway, let me recap all of this. And to be clear, all of these results, similar to the results I shared previously, are for the veterans bracket. So coming to my round 2 predictions, I try to get within 5 to 10%. Nothing's guaranteed, I always like to say. But here are my thoughts for the second round. I think Squirrel Girl, we're looking at 48 million, a slight bump. I think we're looking squarely around that 10 to 10.5 million for the 4-star feature arena. As we saw the numbers again with Miles Morales, I think we're looking at 1.6 million. And lastly, with our 3-star feature arena, around 1.2 million. And all of these results, as I always like to say, try to get within 5 to 10%. Nothing's guaranteed. You can't always guarantee future results based off of past results. So with that, I always like to kind of give grinding targets. I think you want to go to 52 million if you don't want to miss out on Squirrel Girl in the second round. I think you'll need to get to 11 million to be safer for the 4-star feature Squirrel Girl. 1.8 million should be enough for Miles Morales. And 1.3 million should be fine for Squirrel Girl. 3-star feature, of course. Now, when it comes to those earlier brackets, there's never one place to get all those results. That's why you don't see me talk about the actual results. And just because, again, there's no place across the community that's gathering, collecting self-reported numbers, because as I always like to remind the community, Kabam doesn't release these numbers. There's not a place to go, oh, that's what that's what the results 100% were for the intermediate bracket. There's enough folks, though, that communicate online across the community to share results, screenshots showing, hey, I got the 148th champ in, this arena, and they give out 150 kind of stuff. There's enough of that information to actually come, especially for the veterans bracket. So that's why you see those results, as we call them. They are self-reported, though. In the case of beginner and intermediate, again, there's not a lot of that. I do get some of that through my Twitter account. People come to the Crafty Grinding Twitter account and share the results, and I do really appreciate it, because that's the only way I get any insights to what's going on, or my own accounts. And unfortunately, I can't just sit around and play MCOC with a bunch of newer accounts all the time. But I did, as soon as I say that, over the holidays, I did get a chance to play around with one, and still messing around with another one right now. And it looks like for the beginner's bracket, the 3-star feature around 200,000, 4-star basic 750,000, 4-star feature 1.3 million. For the intermediate bracket, I gotta say I haven't taken a newer account to that range for a while, so it's just based off of some recent anecdotal information for the community. Looks like for the 3-star feature around 525,000, 4-star basic around 950, and lastly for the 4-star feature 1.4 million. So anyway, these are my thoughts for round 2 of the Squirrel Girl and Miles Morales arenas. Would love to hear your opinions, especially if you have any questions. Throw it on down in the comment section of these videos, or reach out to me on Twitter on the Crafty Grinding account. Other than that, I hope you find this information helpful. If so, would really appreciate if you click that thumbs up button, as it helps out the channel. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time here on the Crafty Grinding channel.